All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle Elders in New York, GMS, and salutations to you, Akim, that's teaching truth around the world. And shalom to you, Salak. Shalom to you, Sears Aquaf, that's looking and learning from my videos. My name is Maya Ka'ala Button Guy, the Wichita branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Hebrew Israelites or Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's scattered abroad. Also, the speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their fathers' paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. We are not affiliated with any black identity extreme groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right. So right here, he says this article about the tribe of Gad, so-called northern Native Americans. You know, in this Western Hemisphere, the tribe of Gad are the so-called northern Native Americans, and the tribe of Reuben are the so-called Seminole Indians. All right, in this Western Hemisphere, because you know you got a lot of people that have a misunderstanding that yes, there's also the Northern Kingdom in Africa, also in Europe, you know. So, but here in the Western Hemisphere, the tribe of Gad are the northern northern so-called Native Americans or so-called American Indians. Okay, that's who the tribe of Gad is, and the tribe of Reuben are in the Western Hemisphere are the so-called Seminole Indians. You know. All right, so it says right here, it says remembering Native American lynching victims. All right, so the tribe of Gad. This article is from April 25th, 2018. Okay, it says, let's see. It says this week, and it's featured on the website voanews.com. Okay. All right. It says this week, National Memorial for Peace and Justice in Montgomery, Alabama opens to public, paying tribute to thousands of African Americans. Talking about Judah. All right. Because there's no, can't be for two continents. All right. That's a bad word. So thousands of Judeans who were lynched by Edomite mobs from the close of the 19th century Civil War through the 1960s. While lynching is most commonly associated with Judeans in the southern United States, little attention has been paid to the lynching of other minorities, among them Native American. All right, so this is the tribe of Gad. All right. It says right here, it says, in his 2011 book, Roots of the Rough Justice, Original American Lynching, Michael J. Pfeiffer, his professor at the University of New York, John Jay College of Criminal Justice, described the lynch as informal group murder. All right. The definition I and many scholars has stipulates that there has been an illegally obtained death perpetrated by the mob, 3 or more persons, and that collective killing must be in service to justice, race, tradition. He said, mapping mob violence, the end of the Civil War is U.S. trigger an uptick in mob violence as Edomites sought to assert power over Judeans freed from slavery. It said, Chicago Tribune newspaper, Tuskegee Institute, now University Soldiers, Monroe, Nathan Work, and the National Association for Advancement of Colored People began tracking lynching victims in the 1800s. Their work is the foundation of Monroe work today. The interactive map created by R.J. Ramey, founder of San Francisco-based Ant Studio. The map details racially motivated mob violence between 1835 and Salat, 1835 and 1964. Okay, Salat. All right, so it's all right. So you go to map right here. All right. Let me show you the lynching, where all the lynchings was taking place. So it made common sense. They be track over here, man, on the East Coast. All right, the East Coast, you got in the Midwest, you got in the Southern, you got it down here, right? So this was, Judah, Gad, okay, Issachar, these states, so there where Texas at, near about Texas border and stuff. So it makes sense. The lynchings would happen over there. All right, Issachar, so-called Mexicans in the Western hemisphere. All right. Remy said, when spared to rate the map after reading a book, Lynching, I realized there really wasn't a visualization out there to show how persuasive lynching was. Initially, how naive we started thinking the Tuskegee Institute archives would make up vast majority of the work, but soon after we found a number of works by academic scholars who have researched archive records and going back to the original council newspaper reports validated the vast majority of data. In all, Remedy pulled data from 60 scholarly works. All right. Just like it says Psalms 85:11, truth shall come out of earth. All right. We found 100 more lynchings that had taken place that we didn't know about. The project lists 4,800 individual lynchings by race or nationality. All right. 137 are Native American, also the tribe of Gad. Okay. So, all right. And this is the thing, because Esau, he perpetrated me that only the tribe of Judah, so-called Negroes, got lynched, but that's not true. The rest of the tribes got lynched, man. This second place was what so-called Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar, and then it goes what the so-called Gad, the so-called Native Americans. That's how you know who are the Israelites, man. But Esau's a lie. He's not gonna put this in schools and stuff. It says Psalms 58:3, the wicked are strange from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So they lie about history, man. They lied about what really went down to slavery, all right? Because slavery was what the transatlantic slave trade, where they put the triangle, really just like the brother right says, a circle, man. All right, because they was bringing the Southern Kingdom over here, the so-called Negroes, and then they landed here. They took what the so-called Native American tribe of Gad and the rest of the tribes, the indigenous people of America. They put them both and put them on the other side of the world, man. All right. All right. They don't teach that in school. They reclassify a lot of those so-called Native Americans as what? Negroes, particularly on the eastern coast, man. And also throughout the United States, man. All right, yeah, like I said, Hosea chapter 7, verse 8, Ephraim is a cake on turn, man. So you got dark skinned, very light skinned, man. All right, and so right here they lied about the lynching, man. They perpetrated me that they only so-called Negroes got lynched, but the other tribes got lynched also. The so-called Negroes are Judah, the rest, the other tribes, in particular this case, Gad. All right. It says, as white settlers come to Western territories, they felt a conflict with Native community, Gadite communities, man. All right. So we was always in constant conflict, man. Even in the womb, man. You read Genesis 25. All right. verse 25, verse 25. All right. Jacob and Esau struggling in the womb, man. All right, so we always been struggling with Esau, man. All right, said Connie. All right, and that's how you know who the Edomites are, man. Who we constantly in war with, man. All right, we not in war with. We in war with Japhet. It's one of our enemies, but mainly the ones we in war with is what Esau, the so-called white man. All right, so it says. As white settlers, Edomites, right? As Edomite settler was coming to the Western Territory, they fell into conflict with what Gadite communities. Said Connie, short for that university. All right. Historian fight for access to the land was issued, but also alleged criminality with regard to livestock and resource on the land. That's something we didn't see with the lynchings of Judeans in the South. All right. All right, so it says sometimes settlers move west faster than the police and legal system could be put in place. All right, so you see right here. All right, it's talking about the Gadite Tacho. All right, it said once to all death, a desperado lynch for stealing horses and cattle. All right, so they always accuse our people of stealing horses, cattle, or you raped a Edomite woman, all types of madness and lies, man. All right, like they tried to, like my great uncle Frank Esau, he had a piano. Esau, tried to steal his piano, man. He pulled a shotgun on him and shot at two Edomites. you know, so this always happened, man. All right, to our people, man. They use all type of excuses. They make up lies, man, to destroy our people, man. All right, and this is how you know that the so-called Native Americans are the Israelites. All right, because all the curses fall upon them, man. All right, it says Deuteronomy 28 and 45, 46. It said, moreover, all the curses should come upon thee, should pursue thee, overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments and his statute which he command thee. And they should be upon thee for a sign of one upon thy seed forever. All right. And, could you look at the so-called neighbor, the Gadites, so-called neighbor customs, man, they worship Yahweh, man. Someone was actually calling up a name, Yahweh, man. Just when you go to New Mexico, you found what? The Los Lunas Decalogue stone with the commandments on there. You get the fringes, They got the customs of marrying deceased brother, wife. All right. They was observing the Shabbat. They got refugee cities and stuff. All right. They had evidence of Hebrew writings. All right. Hebrew like language, man. All right. They fit the curses. This is one of the curses, man. All right. It says you know. So this is one of curse. All right. Alright, so I'm gonna get the curses. Hold on. Just bear with me. Alright. It says, moreover, all the curses come upon thee, shall pursue thee and overtake thee. Alright. See right here it says what it says right here, it says Deuteronomy 28:49. It said, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, swift as an eagle. Who's the eagle? Esau. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. All right, so that's why they brought Hebrew interpreters over here, man. They brought some Jakes over that spoke Hebrew, all right, because they knew the indigenous people of America was Israelites. A fierce nation which should not regard a person of old, nor show favor to the young. All right, they killing young, and they murdering young and murdering during the old, man. All right, and go down here. It says 60. All right, go down here. It says right here 65. It says what? And among the nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the soul thy foot at rest is slavery. But Yahweh shall give thee a trembling heart and felling eyes and sorrow mind, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall none have no assurance of thy life. And this is what happened. People getting lynched, man. All right, Jake was getting lynched, murdered. All right, all of it murdered, man. All right, what it said, Amos chapter 1 verse 11. I love to use this. All right, because this was happening, man. All right. It said Amos chapter 1 verse 11 said, "Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punch thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword." All right, the actual sword, the gun, the lynching, chemical warfare, psychological warfare, etc., etc., man. And did cast off all pity, and his anger did tell petury, and he kept his wrath forever, man. And that's what's going on in this situation, man, with the trapper Gad being lynched, man. All right. It says, all right. So they were lynching the Gadite Tacho. All right. It's in April 1890, in April 1890, an angry group of abandoned California ranchers pulled a Native American man. All right, so it's the Gadite, all right, because it's not Native American. All right, you say you Native American, basically you say you part of this corporation, man. All right, so that's a bad word. All right, so they pulled a Gadite named Tacho from the box cart at the local railroad depot, dragged him about a mile down the track, and hanged him from the telegraph pole. Described by Sacramento Daily Record as a desperado as the worst type, Tacho was allegedly to have stolen a horse and a cattle. All right, so he's also lying. All right, it says right here, in June 1848, St. Croix Valley, Wisconsin, a group of local businessmen conducted thorough, dispassionate, impartial murder trial, according to the Wisconsin Tribune newspaper, of a 20-year-old, let me see how I pronounce this word, Anishinaabe man known as Panaswa Little Sauce, accused of murdering a Edomite man. They hanged him in front of as many 300 spectators, including his mother, his brother, his wife, and several tribal leaders, man. So they hung him from his mother, his brother, wife, and several tribal leaders, man. All right, so this is a curse, man. It was a 300 spectators, man, just like they did the so-called Negroes, man. All right. It says, "Thus said Yahweh, for 3 transgressions Edom, and for 4 I will not turn the punch to help, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tell petury, and he kept his wrath forever," man. All right, go right here. So let's hear Obadiah what? All right, and this is why the Heavenly Father's gonna bring this queendom down, man, because they over afflicted our people, man. All right. It says they slaughter our people. It said Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever," man. Go down here 118. It says what? Well, yeah, they're gonna kill it. It said, right, I'm as well read it, man. It said, "The house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame." This is after 1,000 years removed Yahushua. "And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in there and divide them. And there shall not be any remain in the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken it." All right. Okay. All right. So, hey, this, we gonna get now. That's true reparations right there, man. I know what's wrong. Jay wants some money, all that stuff. They're gonna take the money, go spend on some bull crap, man. All right. True reparations having Esau in slavery, man. All right, go right here. This side. Let's see, Jeremiah. Let's see. Jeremiah 30:6. All right. It says right here. It says, "As ye now see, 16. Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all that thy adversary one of shall go into captivity. They that spoil they should be spoiled, and all that prey upon them I will give for prey," man. All right. So, hey, all right. All right, so there you go, man. The same thing you doing to us, we gonna do to you in the kingdom, man. And this is why, vocab alone is so afraid of the awakening, the uprising of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Cause they gonna have to, they gonna have to, they gonna have to be, they gonna have to give, they gonna have to, Most High got to put a recompense upon them, man. All right. All right. And the reason why this happened, because why we violate the laws, statutes, commandments. But like in Zechariah 1:15 reads, man, you know, Esau forwarded affliction, man. All right. It says, let me see. The citizens are without a state or even territorial government with no courts or judges to hold them. So frequent has been the case that Indian murderers, a white man had gone unpunished. They said, they accused Gad of murder. All right. And another thing, actually, it was in more cases, it was Edomites that was killing other Edomites. They blame it on the tribe of Gad, so-called Native Americans. All right, citizens were determined to show to the Chippeways, the Anishinaabe, that their barbarous acts can no longer be committed with impunity. Read the paper's report. All right. So go Poli, hot track, top row, second from the right. All right. It says Poli, holy track, top row, second right, and Philip, Ireland, bottom row for right. Suspects in February 1897. Murder of the Edomite settler family in Adams County, North Dakota. Holy Track, Ireland, Alex Caduck, not Pitcher, were lynched by the townspeople. All right. There were also questions of complex legal jurisdiction between territorial law, federal law, and sovereign indigenous law. Explained Pfeiffer that could lead to legal delays, which frustrated angry crowds. All right, because they want to lynch an Israelite. All right. So this is Paul was only 19 years old when he was lynched. And it's funny, I just read that curse. It say they should not spare the young and the old. All right, it says Paul Holytrack was only 19 years old when he was lynched for his suspected involvement in the 1897 murder of a Edomite family in North Dakota. Details also occurs here. So this is him, man. Gadite brother. That was lynched, man. All right. Yeah, a lot of people that it don't matter whether you was dark skin, light skin, you had straight hair around that sun. If you was Israelite, man, you had a curse upon you, man. It says in November 1897, for example, masked men stormed a Williamsport, North Dakota jail, dragged 3 Gadite prisoners from the cells and hanged them from a nearby beef windlass, a device used to hoist cattle carcasses. Paul Holytrack, Alex Cadon, Philip Ireland had been implementing the murder of a Edomite family after conduct was granted retrial. Citizens word all 3 will go free. All right. So they just say the hell with that, man. They went in there and lynched them, man, because Esau was pure evil, man. Just wanted to destroy people. Said his ground photo shows 3 got it, man. Paul Holytrack, Alex Cadet, and Philip Ireland, who was lynched for their suspected role in the murder of the Edomite family. All right, so they their bodies, man, and they hung them like cattle. All right. Salak. Cold try to come upon me, Yahweh gonna pull me out of it, So I will. All right, it says Pfeiffer suspects that 137 Gadites identified in Monroe works today about the project only the tip of the iceberg. He said he has unearthed dozen more cases of lynch Gadites, it has only just begun to scratch the surface. Like I said, Esau had this history, man. It says some date back to the earliest colonial times. In July 1677, a group of women settlers in Marblehead, Massachusetts, beat to death and decapitated two Wampanoag Indian captives. All right, so two Gadite captives. Massachusetts says sometimes said fight for the line between lynches and massacre can be found. It said, and some of this anti-native violence, or basically anti-Israelite violence, can look like a lynching, but then shades into the massacre where multiple Gadites are killed by Edomite communities. He explains, speaking of a scholar, lynching, if lynching was done through state authority, it would not fit the definition of lynching. He added, but sometimes state actors act in a way that was unlawful. All right, so yeah, it was the power in the Esau hand, man, because he didn't want to write all these unrighteous decrees. All right. All right. Let me get this mic. Yep, that's what I wanted, man. All right. It says Michael chapter 2, verse 1. It says right here, it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light, they practice because it's in the power of their hand, right? So it was in the power of their hand, man, to take what these three Gadite brothers and lynch them, man. All right. And they knew they was innocent, man. They knew they was one was innocent, one gonna walk. All right. They knew they was innocent, man. They just picked them out because it was in their power to do so, man. All right, so this proved that uh, the so-called Native Americans are from the tribe of Gad, and they are from the tribe of Gad, man. All right, they're Israelites because the curses fell upon them, man. Like it says in Deuteronomy 28. 45, 46. It says Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, that write grievous which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and take away the right of the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and they may rob the fathers. So what it says right here, to turn aside the needy from judgment and take away the right from the poor of my people, man. All right. So right here, man, they took their right as living as human beings. All right. They are the human. They got human, you know colored people in their skin, pigmentation, melanin, whatever you say. But these are Israelites, man. They took their right as human beings, man, to take their right away, man. Just bogusly put them on bogusly accused them of murder, and knew they was innocent, and took their lives, man, and destroyed their families, destroyed their tribe. All right, and this would why Esau has to pay, man. All right, and this is what they're afraid of, man. All right, it says Revelation. Let's see. It says right here, Revelation 13, 9 and 10. This is from Yahweh Shah, the one everybody even called Jesus. It said, any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, who are the saints are the Israelites. Read that, Deuteronomy 33, 1 all down to 5 to prove that. It said, he that leads captivity shall go into captivity, so they go into slavery. Esau and the rest of the heathens, for enslaving the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword, right? So we get in the kingdom, we gonna punish them, man. We gonna do them like they did us, man. That's true justice, man. All right, and that's what people don't want to happen, but this is gonna happen, man. All right. Thus said Yahweh. So, this is it. So, Shalom.